Welcome back, everybody. This is Tyler Weeb from Pro Physique, and today we're going to talk about how to get a six-pack. All right, welcome back, everybody. I hope you're all having a fantastic week. It's Wednesday, midweek, almost to the weekend, so just keep crushing it right until Saturday, and then maybe go out and enjoy yourself a little bit. But today I wanted to talk about how to get a six-pack. Six-pack is like the epitome of someone who is fit, right? Like when you think, of the most fit person you know, or if you have an idea of, what being healthy or fit looks like, 99% of people go to, well, person must have a six-pack. That is what equates you being jacked, tan, whatever it might be. And so how do we actually go about getting a six-pack? Do we train abs a ton? Do we eat zero carbs? Do we eat zero fats? Do we do a ton of cardio? How do we get a six-pack? How does one achieve that level of fitness? Well, it's not going to be very sexy, but it's being in a caloric deficit for a long enough time to the point where you lose enough body fat to unveil the abdominals. Now, the abdominals are going to be probably, for the majority of people at least, especially the lower abs, one of the last parts to go when you are losing body fat. Usually that is where the majority of people are going to hold the most amount of body fat. And so you have to spend enough time in a caloric deficit to reach those levels of body fat. Guys, we're talking, 10% lower. Women, we're looking at, that in that 15, 12% range, right in there of percentage of body fat. And so is it hard? Yes. Does it take time? Yes. But it can be achieved by anyone. You just have to be able to have the consistency, the dedication, and the caloric deficit to achieve that. Okay? So, should we train our abs? Yes, we can train our abs. We don't have to completely ignore them, but you don't need to train them every day like you see probably a lot of people doing, going in, doing their crunches, their sit-ups, all these different types of crazy abdominal exercises. Probably doesn't really need to be done. First, if you're lifting relatively heavy and doing some compound movements, so like deadlifts or just even like lifting, everything requires the abdominals to be working and providing stability no matter what you're doing. So something like deadlifts, squats, that requires a lot of abdominal activity that, you don't really need to maybe train your abs 6 days a week because you're kind of always training them in some degree when you are lifting weights, right? But if you want to add some extra abdominal work in, that might not be a bad idea, 1 to 2 times a week. Me, personally, I really like having some stability exercises, so some front planks, some side planks, some things like that is I'll typically warm up a session with and just to kind of make sure that I do have that core stability. And then typically I'll only do like 3 movements twice a week, and that's it. That's all I've really needed to do. Some people don't need to do abs at all, and if they hit a certain percentage of that body fat, they'll just be absolutely abs popping and looking fantastic. But they still can be trained. So something maybe like those machine crunches or decline sit-ups are a great exercise. Something like hanging leg raises are great for the lower abdominals. And then something like maybe like a cable crunch, something along those lines are typically what I will just do for my training. What I'll do is I'll try and work up to like 3 sets of 20, like let's say for decline setups, I'll work up to 3 sets of 20. Let's just say body weight. Okay, now I can do that quite easily. Now let's add 5 pounds and we start all over again, 3 sets of 20. And just kind of that same idea with all of the exercise, kind of in that 15 to 20 rep range just to really give them a good push because they can, they do get a lot and they can take a lot. But you don't need to do a lot of direct abdominal work. So that can help, but unfortunately, we cannot spot reduce. So all those crunches you're doing, you feel the burn, you think you're burning body fat at that point. Sorry, you are not. It's just the muscles working. The only way to get a great six-pack is lift heavy, maybe do some direct abdominal work, be in a caloric deficit for a long enough time to get to a certain percentage of body fat, and then obviously to help with that caloric deficit you are going to do some cardio, but these were in no particular order, by the way. The biggest thing is losing body fat and getting to a percentage of body fat that the abs are going to show. That is just the only way of doing it. So I know it's nothing magical, it's nothing crazy, but that's just the way it is. So quit wasting your time doing all these weird, crazy abdominal stuff. Get in a caloric deficit for an extended period of time, lift heavy, 1 to 2 days of direct abdominal work, and patience and consistency with your diet. That's what's gonna get you there, guys. So that's how you get a six-pack abs. Now start working on that towards, as we get closer to summer, it's coming up fast, and you wanna make sure that you have that six-pack for the beach, the pool, whatever it might be. All right, guys, that is gonna be everything for today. Thank you for watching, really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the content, please hit that subscribe button. And if you have any questions that you would like to see answered in future videos, make sure to leave those down below. Thanks, guys. Have a great rest of your Wednesday.